Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to discuss with you a very important aspect of our day-to-day execution of our daily activities that we do. That is about reflection. So, why reflection is very important? Why we all should reflect upon what we do in our day-to-day lives, whether it is in your professional setup or in your personal life. I want to specifically bring your attention to certain very important aspects when it comes to how you perform in your professional life. And specifically, I want to address the educators of today through this video. I was listening to one of the reports by Mr. Ravish Kumar, who had been a very authentic reporter so far, and now he has his own official channel on YouTube. And I was listening to his report about brain drain that is happening in India. So many students from India go abroad each year. So, what is happening is that our young brains, our young generation, our energetic youth is simply going abroad. And for going abroad, they have to accumulate so much of money to spend there as their fee, as their residential cost, as their other XYZ um, um, formalities that they have to fulfill, right? So what is happening is actually this whole system is going like a vicious circle. First thing is, when kids are admitted to schools, what kind of schools they are admitted to, what kind of education we are providing them in India, starting from the kindergarten till grade 12 and further on. Second question is, how much a parent or how much a family can afford to admit a child to a very high level school, right? High level school, I mean, in terms of the environment, in terms of the global standards that a school can live up to, and how much does it require for a family to afford that. Then is, what is the quality of teachers that we are having in the educational institutions that are actually catering to the growth of our children, to the grooming of our children. So it's not that only when the child reaches at the university or college level, then only the education matters, or then only the skill development matters, or it is the only stage where a person should become more practical in approach in terms of his or her acquiring education and acquiring skills. The skill acquiring of skills should start from day one of your school. So, what is required to be changed? Why is it so much overwhelming? Why it is so much overwhelming that to think, to observe, to see that so much of brain drain is happening from India to other countries? See, we as like my generation also and our younger generations have not been exposed to the biggest bank of knowledge that Indians had. So all the discoveries, all the researches, all the cosmic researches, all the astronomical researches, the mathematical researches, psychological researches, which has happened so far, you must find some or the other links, and I can share those links with you maybe in some other videos of mine, where you can actually go and explore that how much knowledge we Indians had, our ancestors had, and we have given so many different concepts to the world over, right? But why is it happening that our generation, our children are just running out of India to acquire education? What is lacking? Where is it that we are missing out? This is what we are going to talk about today in this video. So my first, I would say my first signal goes to the quality of educators that we have in our country. It's not that individuals are not ready to learn. They are ready to learn. But what kind of courses they are provided with? What kind of practical applicative scenarios they are provided with? Are they actually being exposed to the standard of education that they are supposed to impart to children? These are very big questions for everybody around in the education industry. No doubt, Indian government nowadays, CBSE, NCERT, and all the education related organizations, they are making big efforts to bring in so much of skill oriented teaching and learning from the school level itself. But still, now what I feel is that repair is more required than to originate something. Now, the introduction of new things as well as the repairing of old things so that they can come up to that level of the skill requirement on the part of teachers is very, very important when it comes to teaching and learning. So I request all the educators, first thing, please teach with passion. When you teach with passion, you always are oriented towards learning, towards upskilling yourself, towards grooming yourself to the level of the global market, to the level of the global demand of education, and to the level of the global demand of the skills required in our children, so that they can actually stand up to that level which other people, so like those standards we can provide them here also, for which they just run out of our country to attain those standards. What is different? If you see so many different videos, there are so many techniques, like me being an educator. So me being an educator, I have watched so many videos of the educators, how these people, they teach abroad, right? There are so many beautiful practices that they follow. And what I believe is that if we want to uplift our country's education system, we have to start from schools. We cannot depend on international universities or colleges to just transform our children on whom we haven't worked to that level till grade 12. Please start investing in your children, start investing in your own self first, because you need to upskill yourself every day, each day, so that you can reach up to that level what your children require to represent themselves at the global level, right? So what happens is that we, being educators, what do? We attain our masters, we do the professional degrees of teaching, that is B.Ed and M.Ed. After that, we enter into educational institutions as professors, as teachers. But after that, what? We are more focused on whatever we just have to deliver and how much salary is coming into my account. Please understand, I again request all the educators watching this video here, please understand, being a teacher is not same as anybody being in any other job. You have a big responsibility on your shoulders of such a big group of children, a whole generation of children who will represent your country, your society, your nation at the global level. Think that the 30 children that you are handling in the class, out of those 30 children, each child should be able to become Sundar Pichai. Each child should be able to become the head of Infosys. Each child should be able to become a Google owner, a Microsoft owner, a millionaire, a billionaire. Why can't it happen? It can happen if we will keep this thing in our mind. You see, I cannot agree to this thing that there may be many of you of the same point of view that, oh my God, we don't get these kind of opportunities. We don't get these kind of infrastructure. We are so very much bound by other XYZ things except teaching. I understand everything. I understand everything. But is it justified to say that you should kill your passion just because you are being entangled in all these things? If you keep your passion for teaching, and if you keep that passion in your heart and mind that you have to build each and every child of your class as a leader, as a global leader, as a global successful person, then no condition can let you down. Believe me, you keep this as a mindset and you will grow like anything in your teaching area. So I have seen, and you all have witnessed, that day in every year when the national awards are being awarded by Prime Minister, there are certain teachers who just belong to very mediocre background. They are teaching in government schools, but just because their teaching methods are so innovative, so creative, that they reach to achieving the national award at the national level every year. Why this is so? Because those teachers, they believe in their passion for teaching. They believe in the growth of their children. They believe in the growth of their own selves, grooming themselves, upskilling themselves, so that they do not come across, all these negativities around. So they just erase these negativities, and they just focus. They just focus on one thing, and that is the development of their children and their nation at large. This should be the only goal of an educator. So if you want to upskill yourself, and if you really have a passion for teaching, then we at Infinite Me, which is my training and coaching platform, we have designed a very special program for educators, and we want to work with educators all over India to help them upskill themselves in a very genuine manner, so that they can actually develop that um, uh, what do we say, passion to grow in their space, to grow in their own field, and become very famous as teachers. Not very famous in terms of earning a lot of money and in terms of making students get admissions in foreign universities, in terms of bringing a change in the mindset of children, that their own country also possesses the same kind of infra, the same kind of opportunities, the same kind of skill development can happen here also, for which they just run out of their country, and also get so very much burdened because they have to repay that amount which they have to pay as a fee to outer nations or the universities. But the only solution for this is, if we as educators keep upskilling ourselves, keep learning best methods of teaching, and keep implementing those methods for our children. So I really request every educator of this country to come forward, to upskill themselves, to groom themselves to that level that they can actually make a difference in every child's life, that to whosoever they teach. So if you want to connect with us, I will be sharing the details of our contact details in the description box. You can get in touch with us for all kinds of trainings that teachers require to excel in their field. We are providing. So I'll see you again with another video soon, wherein I'll be sharing some more information about what we provide, what are our services, and we can always have some good discussion on some very important topics that actually hold a lot of importance in today's scenario. So let's reflect. After watching this, please sit with yourself for some time and just reflect what you really need to work on this year. Set your goals, short-term goals, I would say, and start working on them. And we are here to collaborate with you, to help you, to enable you, to upskill you, and to groom you. We are just a call away or a message away. See you soon. Bye-bye and take care.